Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. I received a good number of emails and alerts about this story. Very fascinating indeed, about a massive gold bar that has been unearthed in Mexico that was part of looted Aztec treasure. Let's explore. Yes, indeed, this comes to us from livescience.com. A very interesting story filled with intrigue and history. This bar was stolen from the Aztec capital by Cortez. Look at that, massive. Nearly 4 decades ago, a construction worker discovered this gigantic bar of gold while excavating ahead of construction of a new building in Mexico City, Mexico. Now archaeologists have confirmed that this slab of gold was plundered from the Aztecs by Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. In the middle of the night, on June the 30th, 1520, faced with an Aztec rebellion and a lack of food, Hernan Cortez and his followers stole a huge cache of Aztec treasures and fled from Tenochtitlan, modern-day Mexico City. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, which the conquistadors had recently conquered. On that night, known to the Spanish as La Noche Triste, or the Night of Sadness, many of the Spanish soldiers drowned when their vessel sank in a dried-up canal that fed into Lake Texcoco. And with them sank many of the Aztec treasures they were carrying, including the huge gold bar. In 1981, a construction worker discovered that gold bar, weighing 4.25 pounds, in other words, 1.93 kilograms, while digging for the construction of a central bank in Mexico City. Though the gold bar was found on the route that Cortez is thought to have taken, no one knew if it was truly plundered Aztec treasure. To answer that question, a group of researchers at Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History and the National Autonomous University of Mexico recently analyzed the gold bar using X-rays. They found the composition of the gold around 76% gold, 21% silver, and 3% copper matched the composition of other pieces of gold recovered by the Templo Mayor project, an INAH excavation of the main temple used in Tenochtitlan. That suggests that the gold likely belonged to the Aztecs. The gold found at the Aztecs' Templo Mayor has less copper than the gold belonging to the Maya of the Mixtecs, according to a statement from the INAH. The gold bar matches pieces found around the monolith of the goddess Tlactuctli at the temple, which means that the gold bar was likely cast at a similar time, sometime between 1519 and 1520, according to the statement. The bar is a dramatic material witness of the Spanish conquest and unique archaeological testimony of the so-called Sad Night. Leonardo Lopez Lujan, the director of the Templo Mayor project, said in the statement. It is now on display at the National Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City. Very cool. And fascinating indeed. And it's 4.25 pounds, 1.93 kilograms. I guess they had previously mistaken and said 4,255 pounds. Boy, that would be quite a massive gold bar if that was the case. It's still pretty big. That's pretty cool looking. And it's amazing how technology can get the exact composition, 76% gold, 21% silver, and 3% copper. Stories like this are certainly intriguing, and it is obviously, I wonder what that construction worker, if he got a reward for finding this treasure, or how that happened. Typically it seems like, in cases like this, whoever finds the treasure doesn't necessarily get to keep it many times. Of course, the land that it was discovered on, obviously, because it was there, that has to be taken in consideration too. But I would hope that the construction worker got some compensation for finding it and the like. But nonetheless, it is an important part of history, And notwithstanding, of course, obviously, if you find something and that is of historical significance, it probably would be very beneficial to probably turn that in just for the historical aspect, as it may be a missing link between periods of history to be able to tell the story of history, as this did, confirming that night of sadness when this boat sank there from the conquistadors. Fascinating indeed, a part of history that now can be seen at that museum. So what do you think? What would you do if you found a bar like this that you knew was old, but was gold and had some significance? Would you turn it in if you found it, no one else knew that you found it? Or would you just keep it, maybe melt it down, sell the gold off? If it were me, honestly, I probably would turn it in, especially if it was historic significance. However, if it was something that was just, gold coin or whatever, and I found it on my property or something like that, I'd keep the coin. If it's on somebody else's property and I had permission to treasure hunt there, I'd let the property owner know, obviously. But nonetheless, very interesting indeed. So post your thoughts below, and thanks again. I think there was, a good number of folks had sent me this story, and had been wanting to do it for a little while, but just now getting the chance here. So thanks again, guys. And by the way, for those of you who send me things via email, I may not answer everything, but I do appreciate it. And usually if I've done a video in the past about it, or if other people have sent me the same story. But I certainly do appreciate my viewers out there sharing things like this with me. And I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. I encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.